Not prepared this morning with your sovereign citizen argument? You needed some additional time to prepare?
Yes, sir.
I'll give you some additional time to prepare your sovereign citizen argument. When do you want to come back?
This man
When do you want to come back?
This man claims he's not the person who got arrested. But wait till you hear what he says next. It gets way crazier. Hit subscribe right now because this case is about to go completely off the rails.
Judge, I have brought to court with me during the recess the paperwork that was delivered by a private citizen for Mr. Morris. I have removed the binder clip that I had on it. There are no staples. There are no paper clips in the packet. It's simply a packet of prepared documents.
Okay. All right, Mr. Morris, now that you have your paperwork, anything else you want me to consider?
Yes, sir. I'm looking through it now, sir.
Okay.
I ain't seen it in a minute. Mr. Common Law Trust. It's just speaking about the trust. This was the UCC, just financial statement. It's a UCC statement with my own Alexander Morris and the trust name. The principal name was Octavius Alizate Kawanja. And then it says, this is the entry of collateral by trustee / secure party credit on behalf of the trust estate. It's Octavius Alizate Kawanja Trust in the commercial chambers under necessity to secure the rights, title, interest, and value therefore in, and the root or title from inception, as well as all property held in trust, including but not limited to DNA, cDNA, cell lines. There's I don't know that word is right there.
Mr. Morris, I thought you said that they arrested the wrong person. The wrong person in jail. That's why I'm not sure what you're talking about some trust in your DNA and cDNA.
It says retina scans is what that said.
Okay.
Or retina scans.
Hold on.
Do we need to check your fingerprints or scan your retina to verify? Is that what you're asking me to do?
Oh, can you read this? I can't really read it like that.
Let me see. Maybe I'm not sure what's going on. You told me you were not Zatavius Morris. Then you just started reading something from a sheet of paper that said Zatavius Elise Taquan Morris.
Okay.
So are you or are you not Zatavius Elise Taquan Morris?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Smith,
my name. This is right here, sir. It's on. You probably can't have a good chance reading it. Right here. This right here. Bill of service, tort and violation. Just had a judge look at this. I can't read all this stuff. Not to you. Alexander Moore, secure party, Billy, and principal of you or the agent fail not to. I don't know that word is right there. To your oath that should be called to answer before one God and the most supreme.
I can't hear you, Mr. Morris.
All this.
Oh, sir. I want to call you Mr. Morris if that's not your name. Let me ask you this, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you saying, I'm looking at a complaint affidavit here, and on December 5th, according to this complaint affidavit, Gulf County Sheriff's Department pulled you over while you were driving and arrested you, and they ran your name, Z. Morris, came back as a convicted felon. And are you telling me that your name is not Zatavius Morris, or you're not the person they arrested on December 5th? What are you telling me? Did you give a false name? What are you telling me?
I ain't give no false name, Your Honor.
How did they get that name, Zatavius Elise Morris? Well, you don't answer that question. That probably has to do with, I'm trying to figure out, maybe Mr. Hill, you could help me. Is he saying that the Sheriff's Department arrested the wrong person
Your Honor, in as much as I can.
Well, don't disclose any confidential, privileged information.
I raised issues when I had my pretrial discovery meeting with Mr. Morris pertaining to this case, because that's the only one I've got discovery on.
Yes, sir.
And I've done some independent research into that. Mr. Morris, or this individual, has this information that he's saying that he is not the person.
I'll take a look at whatever you want me to. I'm looking at the complaint affidavit. They said they had your driver's. They said you have your driver's license, and they ran your driver's license with that name.
I don't have a driver's license. It was what it was, restrict somewhere. You read the last page.
Oh, I'm looking at legal notice and demand to all state, federal, and international public officials. This is a contract and admiralty. This is some of that sovereign citizen nonsense. I thought you were saying that they arrested the wrong person. I'm not listening to any of that sovereign citizen nonsense. You told me they arrested the wrong person. If you're talking about admiralty law and that the first page was a trust and that you're the debtor, I'm not listening to any of that nonsense. When are we coming back?
Your discretion, Judge. I can tell you I've got discovery on the first case. I don't have discovery yet on the second case. I'm at your discretion, Judge.
Ms. Smith, when do you want to come back?
Judge, let's do the 6/27, our next available, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll come. And Mr. Morris, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I thought you were telling me they arrested the wrong person. I certainly don't want someone who hasn't. If you're the wrong person that they arrested, I didn't want you sitting in the county jail. But what you gave me looks like some of that admiralty law, sovereign citizen. I travel. I don't drive. I don't have jurisdiction over you. I'm not listening to that stuff.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
You didn't get what I said. That was the agent of the principal. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're talking about a bunch of stuff that people who believe themselves to be sovereign citizens parrot. And I told you I'm not listening to any of that. I'm not sure how you, the principal and the agent of your own, I'm not listening to that. Now, if you are wrongfully arrested, that's what I thought you were saying. I certainly want to listen to that. But if you are talking about trust and being the agent, and you're not the principal, and I saw something about admiralty law, I'm not listening to that.
What?
I will see you on the 27th of June. Take care, sir.
This might be the most confusing courtroom moment in this entire series, and that is saying something. The man standing before the judge is Xavius Morris, a convicted felon who was pulled over by the Gow County Sheriff's Department on December 5th. When they ran his name and driver's license, his record came back immediately. He was arrested on the spot. Simple enough. Except, according to him, there was one major problem. He claimed he was not the person who was arrested. Now, at first, that sounds like it could be a serious issue. Wrongful arrests do happen. Mistaken identities are real. And the judge, to his credit, made clear that if that was genuinely what Morris was saying, he absolutely wanted to hear it. No one should sit in a county jail for a crime they did not commit, and no judge wants that on their hands. So the judge gave him time during a recess to gather his paperwork. Morris came back with a thick packet of documents, delivered by a private citizen, no binder clips, no staples, just pages of carefully prepared material. The judge was ready to listen, but what came out of that packet was not a wrongful arrest argument. It was a full sovereign citizen presentation. Morris began reading from documents about a trust called the Xavius Alice Corn Gita Trust. He talked about being a trustee and a secure party creditor. He referenced something about DNA, cell lines, and retina scans. He claimed the name on the arrest record was not him. It was the name of a legal entity, a trust, not a living person. The judge, visibly baffled, pointed out the obvious. Morris had just been reading from a document that contained his own full name. So which was it? Was he the wrong person? Or was he Xavius Morris claiming to be a trust? The confusion only deepened from there. Morris handed the judge another document, a legal notice and demand to all state, federal, and international public officials. The judge read a few lines and immediately recognized it. Admiralty law, sovereign citizen nonsense. In his own words, he handed it back. Morris then tried to argue that he did not drive, he traveled, that the court had no jurisdiction over him, that he was the agent of the principal. The judge, who had already demonstrated remarkable patience, drew a clear line. If Morris was saying he was wrongfully arrested, he would listen. But trust law, admiralty law, agent principal theory, sovereign citizen arguments, none of it, not in his courtroom. What is so striking about this case is that Morris actually had a potentially legitimate question buried underneath all of it. If the name on his driver's license and the name in the arrest record truly pointed to some kind of identity confusion, that is something a court should and would investigate. But by wrapping that question inside layers of sovereign citizen paperwork, trust documents, and admiralty law arguments, he made it nearly impossible for the judge to take anything seriously. The one claim that might have actually helped him got completely lost in the noise. This is perhaps the clearest example yet of how sovereign citizen theory does not just fail to help, it actively works against the person using it. It takes real concerns and buries them under arguments that courts have rejected hundreds of times. It replaces legal strategy with legal theater. And in the end, Morris walked out of that courtroom with nothing resolved, a new court date on June 27th, and the same charges still waiting for him. The system did not bend. It never does.